Hello guys, how you doing? Denise here from Junk Journal Junkie UK, back on a Saturday to do a Saturday sort it out. So the two boxes that you can see right under your noses there are two of about 4 or maybe 4.5 that I need to sort out, preferably today, but today and tomorrow. Ready to start a couple of new projects, which is quite exciting. So I'm going to start a Christmas project for Sweet Pea Papers, and I'm going to start a project of my own, creating a Queen Victoria album. So a lot of stuff ahead to do, so I need to get sorted. Some of it we sorted a fortnight ago and it's stayed in the piles we sorted it into. I did get rid of some of it, but obviously in a fortnight I've created some more. So even if I don't get rid of it, I mean, I'm hoping to make some ephemera that I can use in a couple of junk journals that are going to be finished this weekend, but it just needs organising better even if I don't use it. But I'm hoping to use some. I might even throw some out, you never know, but definitely organise it better. So let's make a start and see how much we can get done in about 40 minutes, 35-40 minutes. So this one we did look at last week and we did get a few bits out of it. It's probably too big for you to even see there. It'd probably be better if I just open it out bit by bit and let you see. So yeah, this is all the stuff that gets tucked under my mat and left. This is something that I've just been thinking about this morning, so I got some huge playing cards that I want to use up. So I'd like to get to that at the end of this video, but we'll see. So that is a gluing sheet of paper that can go in the bin. Yay, good start. That is also a gluing sheet of paper that can go in the bin because it's got glue on it. This is offcuts from a 12 by 12 that I really didn't like, and I've used it to stiffen some covers, journal covers inside, stitch material one side and collage the other. So those cut off bits I'm never going to use because I really don't like the paper. So that was a good start. Right, let's go through this box. Some of it's, like I say, new from last time you saw it, and some of it's the same. But instead of just sorting it, I'm going to try and organise it as get it out. Right, so we'll just have a bit at a time. We'll start with that a little bit. Okay, so this Wind in the Willow storybook, I have been using bits of it. It's a brilliant size for pockets actually. So I need to empty it because I don't particularly want the hardboard. It's too thick for anything and I won't make a journal that size. So I'm going to empty it and get rid of that and try and get the papers out whole, you know, double pages, because then they make, you know, good pockets you can seal up, or I put them in albums, put them in journals, and they're going to be a lot smaller to store, aren't they? It'd be nice if I can make them into pockets and not store them all, but who knows what tomorrow will bring. So this is the end page it's stuck in. That's it. Okay, so that one can go. That's already quite a big lump out of it. And let's just get these. I think if I start with a pile of ephemera to be made, and make sure I do that before I do anything else after the tidying. So that bit of the cottons are stuck in there. The end page that's glued on as well. It's nice and warm today, so I'm pleased to say that the rain appears to have gone for now. We've had days and days of it seems when I've been filming, and it's not just sunny, it's very, very warm, but I'm not going to complain after all that rain. Okay. So that is ready to be made into ephemera today. This is a black and white photo that I've backed for journaling and not done anything with. So let's just trim around it. See the squeaky desk's back. It's not like I'm leaning on it heavy. I barely touch it and it squeaks. So that's Falmouth. I think that's come from a kit from Shabby Dabby Doo Dah, piece of ephemera in one of her kits, I'm pretty sure. More rubbish. Okay, so there's a piece of scrapbooking paper, but I suppose it's a tag size, belly band size. Yep, make that into a piece of ephemera. Right, these have been kicking around for ages and they just want backing. So let us back them. Because I think if we back them and fold them over, they will make nice double journal cards. What have I got here? Got some bits of brown paper to the side of me that I think we pulled out last Sort It Out Saturday. Perfect. Oh, that's just made for them. Just trim a bit more of the white off. I'm trying to think where I got these from. I can't. It's obviously a digital download. And I have a feeling there was 4, but I'm sorry guys. If you know where they're from, you could let me know in the comments. Don't think I've bought them, so I'm wondering if it's a freebie from somebody that I belong to a lot of channels and a lot of not the YouTube, what's the other, the Facebook groups, and they very kindly, lots of them very kindly give freebies all the time, so I have quite a few. Never look a freebie in the mouth. Is that right? As in never look a gift horse in the mouth? Yeah. So I never turn a freebie down if it's something I could use. Be rude not to, wouldn't it? Oh dear. Now I saw on a YouTube video, I see lots of YouTube videos, it's very rare I can remember who I've seen unless it's somebody I speak to regularly. And I know it was somebody in America. And she was saying she said I've got my glue in the fridge today because we're expecting the storm and it is very, I think she said humid, very hot, something like that, where she was. So I was thinking, no, that might be a good idea in the summer. You know, we don't have the sort of hot, humid summer that Matt's having parts of America, but that might be a good idea for my Pritt stick when it's doing what it's doing. Because it does live in a very warm place in the summer. I think I'll cut that off before I start with this one. Okay, I'll put them under the mat to flatten. And we'll try and remember to get them out and put them away before the end of the video. So, I'll feel like I've achieved... Oh, what's my gluing on? I feel like I've achieved something when I've produced 2 pieces of journal card. And we're only 5 minutes in, aren't we? No, Denise, you won't achieved anything until you've got through that box. Stop fooling yourself. So what are you all up to today? I hope you're all well and happy. Managing to get some crafting in. If not, you're managing to watch some, which is... I was going to say the second best thing for me, but sometimes I prefer watching to actually doing. That's why I burn the midnight oil so much, I think, because I spend my free time crafting, and then when it's time for bed or I can't do anything else, out comes the YouTube videos and I get hooked, I get drawn in. There's another piece of that paper look that I cut down. That's going to go in the bin. I won't make a tag with it, I know I won't, so there's no point in keeping it. Right, there is something that I thought about putting on there. I'm sure we'll come across it in a minute. One thing at a time. I hope you can see what I'm grabbing. So this is a very long envelope. Came with a strange greeting, well, not a strange greeting card, it came with a greeting card. Very long thin greetings card. And I've stenciled it, as you can see, but it's way too big for a journal, any journal I would make anyway, too big and thin, so it's got stenciled and just left there. Where's the middle, do I think? So let's make it into half the size and then have a think what we can do with it. Well, they could become pockets, but what else? Something more exciting. I mean, I could do with pockets, but it's very thin. Maybe if we backed it, framed something, made it into, what have we got here? No, don't pick things out of there. Let's hang on, go through this. We might come up with something that needs to go in it. Again, something that I've started to make and pulled apart because I didn't like it. Now, what I have brought with me is, well, nothing because I've lost them. Right, what I have brought with me is a bag of like snippety things. They're not snippets, they're long, thin. I don't know what they're called. I've made them with you on camera. I don't know what I called them then. These things. So they're like scraps of paper. I suppose a snippet roll or a snippet strip. There's a tongue twister for you. Yeah, a strip-it. Snippet strip. So I've got a bag of those I brought with me for embellishing any bits of ephemera that I make. I have brought my clusters. Yep, stitch clusters for embellishing. All shapes and sizes in there. I've brought my fabric clusters. There's very few left now. I've taken all the pink ones out. Look, I'm gonna have to do some of those soon. And I've brought a box of fussy cut digital flowers. So, but anything else I don't want to dig into really. I want to use what's on here. So yes, that's what I was thinking. Maybe a snippet across. So this is like envelope size, isn't it? Pocket size. Will be if we tear it down a little bit, I think. It's way too big. Let's do it with the jumper. So this is a little bit like Tanya's from Tatty Treasures Junket July challenge that she's got going. But I'm not going to enter it in that. But it's like using up your junk or using up stuff that you can't laying around. That's kind of what I'm doing. Seems to be the month for it. So if you've not seen that, I've got a video. I've got 2 videos up now, and it's a challenge that was set on Tanya's Facebook group. So Tatty Treasure and Friends Facebook group. If you haven't seen it, go over and have a look, because there's lots of people as well as myself posted some really interesting uses for the junk in July. And Tanya's producing, I think at least 4 is what she was asking for. 4 pieces in July. So everybody's creating them and putting them on that Facebook group. I will link, I'll link Tanya's YouTube group at the bottom, and then YouTube page. You should be able to find it from there. That's the easiest I can do at the moment. So obviously I don't want the blue, I want to cover the blue entirely. And I don't know what it's going in, so I want to make it fairly. Let's just grab 2, not spend forever looking. So I've got a tall one and a thin one. So a piece of that would completely cover that. So that will be a good start for me. Just to give it something. Whoops. Now, the top bit's nice and stiff and the bottom bit's not. So if I glue that on there, yeah, and I think maybe it has been stenciled there, but let's stick a bit of scrappy something on there. Now in this box that you can't see, I've got some folded up doilies that I won't using up. Oh, and I've still got that packet of great big butterflies, so we'll use a couple and then we'll put them in the tub that they belong in. So that's another thing out of it. She has a bit of this doily in it as well. Bit of the coffee stained. I'll put it back in for now because I've got enough stuff there to be working through. So, yeah, and I'm not going to spend forever. Just going to stick a bit of that down on there. A butterfly in front of it, because they're all fairly neutrally things. So any journal that I put them in, I'll then be able to make them fit. You can't usually do that with a glue stick. Look at the blobs of glue on there. But I did for speed and all went well, so it's going to be a good day maybe. Let's get rid of that glue. It kind of did eat up the top of my glue, which might not have been a good idea. Right, what did I do with that bit on there? Just cut it a bit short, look. Was I even on camera then? I do hope so. Oh, there's a tiny bit of blue there showing. We'll cover it somehow. Might be better if I just glue that, might it? Suppose I could put a bit of doily hanging off it. Yeah, it's really chewed up my glue, that doily. Serves me right. Stick a bit of it down there. That way, wasn't it? It's covered it. I really am going through the glue. Now I'm assuming that I'm going to stick that down flat on a page. If for any reason I don't, if I have it as a floating pocket, which I could if I wanted to, glue took my scissors, I will obviously have to cover the back of it. Butterflies? Where did they go? There they are. Right, I'm going to chuck that tiny bit of doily in the bin. Let's put that back in the bag it came from. Less rushing and more tidying. Lid on the glue. And I saw them peeping out. I think it might need inking round. So we'll go with distressed vintage photo. Oh, it made me say distressed. I must have been reading the top. It's on just copy paper, this, it's very lightweight, so I have cut its antennae out there, kind of left them on. I was thinking of having them both for the sake of using. Oh, we could have him on there, couldn't we? Yeah. Oh, it's there. I wondered what I'd done with my glue page. Oh dear. Nearly at the end of my glue, and I've only got one more left. So I need to sort that out. I have it on, I can't remember what it's called now, from Amazon, where the subscription, I don't know, anyway, I have them delivered every so often, but I never last until it's due again. I'm going to have to have it delivered more often, I guess. But the expense, I mean, it's cheaper to buy it like that, have more. We'll have them going in the other direction than it is going to the shop and buying an odd one, which I think were about £2 to buy one in the shop. Crikey. At the rate I go through them, that is not sustainable for me. So I have to go looking for a deal. You can often get a pack as a one-off pack at a cheap price, and then when you want them again, you have to pay more. So where is that little photo that we found? Is that not glued on? No. Out comes the fabric. Oh, of course, I should have known better. It's that stitching. Stitching doesn't like to stick with. I don't know what I was thinking. Although the other side is, so it'll not move now once it's set. So I know that tag's not staying in there. It's just to make sure my pocket stays open. Oh, so that's one piece done and two pieces waiting for something. Waiting for some inspiration. Oh yes, I want to start using these up as well. Should have put something on there, shouldn't I? So I'm going to leave that open. Do you remember, it's the stuff that falls out every time I pick it up, so I'll leave it there. And next time we embellish something, we'll use something from it. this is what I was thinking. So do you remember the well, if you saw, I made a cover out of scraps that was influenced by created by Catherine. Yeah, I always get mixed up with somebody else. I think it was, yeah. I did it on camera as a quickie, but I went on afterwards to use up my fabric scraps, so I had loads, and I did another sheet like a masterboard, and then I cut it up and stitched it round to make like tags and German cards. When I saw this, I remember thinking that will fit perfect on there, and then I can cut round it. It's got some nice writing lines on the back. So we'll go with Fabri-Tac because of the stitching. And there's a nice journal card, which is a bit different. I'm going to do the stitching first and then just fill in the gaps. Okay, I've got my windows closed. Strangely enough, it's very hot, but my neighbours have been out in the garden, and let's just say they're quite loud and not pleasant to listen to. I won't say any more than that, but I hope you don't hear them with the windows closed. But I've obviously shut a fly in that can't get out, so I don't know if you can hear it buzzing around. I'll let that dry before I trim it round, but that's going to be a nice journal card. If we come up with any other bits, we'll back those two as well. Right, so there's only 2 more bits in the pile. Oh no, there was these, I just moved them over. So it's just 3 bits of card, which could be made into ATCs, couldn't they? But what with, I don't know. Ooh. No, they're just a piece of card I've created with nothing on the front. Right, and some pockets that need embellishing. So let's go with those. So I've got one that's got a, oh, they both have. I should have probably inked that so that it stood out. I've got like a pocket down there, look. It's beautiful paper, this. It's from a really old butterfly book that my sister Diane got me. The images in it were lovely, but the writing, the paper as well, is like, it's like material. It's not linen-y, it's not like really old, you know, 17th and 18th century. But it's, yeah, it's real thick, fibrous paper. It's lovely. Gosh, have I been 20 minutes already? I might have to make these 2 and call it a day. And I'll carry on and clear some of it. Maybe put it on camera, but not with this one. Otherwise it'll be a long old watch and a long old upload. Because if you make them too long, they just take forever. Okay, so what can we put on here? I was bringing this in, wasn't we? Let's use some of these up. Oh, they're nice. I'm sure there's another one of those. That's the bigger, definitely a bigger pocket, that one. Yep. And I mean, the paper's beautiful, so I don't have to cover it up. Quite like that bird as well. Oh dear. I'll try and keep talking and be loud so you can't hear my neighbours. I hope you can't. So this tree is a tree. Oh, there's lots of E's in it. Looks like tree creeper. I'll have a look in a minute. 5 E's. Yeah, it's a tree creeper. Have him up there. Green hair streak is a bizarre name for a butterfly, don't you think? Maybe we'll leave that showing. And what's that? That's a bit stiff. That might go in one of those. Maybe. Can you actually see what I'm doing? I'm getting worse, aren't I? Sorry. Oh, and I haven't got my microphone on. I wonder if you've been able to hear me. Well, I'll talk louder now, but I won't upload it if you can't hear me on it. I'll have to watch it Oh, these are nice. These are from G-Care. So I've got lots of nice little things to go in the pockets, actually. Let's stick these roses down. Up. And maybe I won't overdo the sticking down embellishments. Maybe I'll put a lot of bits in, because that would use up the oh, the fly just flew past me then. I wonder if you saw it. Yeah, that's the end of that glue, I think. Yes. So I'm on my last one. Oh, it's gone quiet again. Yeah, right, let's try and pick the colours then. So the yellow, oh, it's got a butterfly as well, that's lovely. Have a bluebird in here. I want a big tag, don't we, for the back. I just want to get rid of some of these little tiny, I think these were from Artie Mays, another freebie. Oh, some tickets up here. Yes. I'll put a blue ticket in there, 2 blue tickets in there. And then that yellow rose will be a surprise when you take them out. So they just both want a, oh goodness. Oh, it's dustbin day. I don't know if somebody's banging their dustbin to clear it out or what. So I used a few of them up. Maybe on the next thing that I make I'll get a few more used up and you'll see it in another video. Ah, you can see why they all fall out. Lose my patience with them. Oh, there's those 2 out. Let's stick them in for now. I mean, I might change what's in them when I put them in the actual journal. Right, I need something on the bottom front there. Where is my little snippets? It seems to be a snippet day today, doesn't it? Piece of colourful one, shall we go with? I don't really want text on it because it's got text, upside down text, so I'll have to try and cover it over. Yeah, that fly is starting to annoy me now. Go away. I think that will just about cover it. Just going to cover the whole of that in a bit of, try and disguise the fact that the writing's upside down. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. Obviously need something else on top to embellish it, but it covers the upside down bit of it. A lot of strings on there, I maybe should have cut off, but they're well glued now. Oh look, I like that, it's got some fraying stitches where I cut it before I glued it. Yeah, I quite like that. I have to keep moving these around and make sure they're not getting glued in. I think it wants its top corner round in as well. And that one. Don't I want the same piece, I want a different coloured piece on it. And what's that? That looks pretty. Oh, not enough stitching on it for what I want to see. It's not much of a see-through bag this time, like unless you get them out you can't really see what's... Oh. Yeah, let's have a chunk of that music-y bit on it. Put all the rest away. I think that's half the problem with my desk. I can't blame it on the amount of work I do. It's more about I don't tidy up after myself an awful lot. Got it too small, Denise. What are you doing? So much for the music. Never mind. There's always another day for it. You'll go somewhere. Because I'm trying to rush, I think. So it has got a bit more text, but it's a completely different type of font or style of writing. It's more handwritten than typed. Oops. Somebody really is banging their bin out there. What did I do with that wiper? I probably threw it in the bin. I'm obviously in a throwing away mood. Right, so I didn't achieve an awful lot, but we achieved something. I could keep you longer until we've done it all, but I won't. I'll put it on film and then decide if it's worth you. I know some people love to watch, because I do. I love to watch other crafters tidy up their stuff, so you get a good, pardon me, a good look at the stuff that they've got. Oh, we were going to stick him down, weren't we? I'm not sure about him actually. I think they just want a nice tag in, but I haven't come across any tags yet, have I? Only that colourful one, but I have a feeling that I will. So I'll just cut this down and we can call this finished when I finish the video. Ooh. So we got 2 envelopes embellished, they just need tags. Envelopes. 2 pockets embellished, they just need tags. We've got 1 big journal card made. We threw out a few bits. Oh yeah, and we altered, yeah, a tatty pocket into a, there's another tag there. So we got 3 pockets made, embellished. They were made, weren't they, kind of. We just want filling and a journal card. That's not bad for, I think it's been more than half an hour now. I'll put those away again. Put that in the bin. Okay, so I'm nice and clear. Thanks for staying and crafting with me. I think I will go make a cup of tea and then do a bit more. I'll probably turn the video on again and share with you what I do in the next half an hour. And if it looks interesting, I'll share it with you. So thanks ever so much. I hope you have a lovely day and I'll see you again soon. Bye guys. Hello, I'm back and I have my microphone on. You weren't expecting me back that quick, were you? So the video was only 30 minutes, so I thought we'd, if you wouldn't mind, spend another 10 minutes keeping me company while we just finish off a few bits before I move on and do another video, like I said. So one of the reasons I wanted you to come back was because I bet you were telling me we had these stuck under the mat drying out, didn't we, that we made into a couple of journal cards. So they want inking and something inside, whether it be stamping or some lines drawing or a bit of something interesting, but they're as good as done. So we did produce a little bit more than we thought. What I did was I went and made a quick cup of tea, put my microphone on of course, and found a bag of birds amongst the stuff. So I just sat for a few minutes while I was having some of my cuppa and cut a few out. And I thought, oh, I'll put a couple of those on the front of those envelopes, and then I still haven't decided if they're going to be pockets or if they're going to be something else, so I could just back them with something stiff and make them into journaling cards. But I'm going to pop a couple of the birds on there. I want a little bit of scrapbooking paper or something behind. This is out my scrap box and I'll put it back in a minute, just to give them a little bit more, because even though the paper's got a bit stenciling in, it's a little bit boring. I don't know if I've moved my camera. I think you can probably still see there. And as I was looking at this, that I said would make, there's 3 of them, weren't there, that would make an ATC card, and we had this little piece of this. I thought, well, that will go on there, and that's another one of those backed, isn't it? So let's get that glued on there and let it sit and dry while we do something with the birds. and then that might be another 3 pieces done. I hope you can hear me better. I just stopped and had a quick listen to the last few minutes of the video, and I sounded like you could hear me, but I will double check it before I put it up. So here's hoping. Right, if I go in the corner a little bit with that, might save me a little bit of cutting. Might not, we'll see. So I'm not going to put that under there because I'll forget it's there. And that card it's on is quite thick. It's craft card, I think. So it's not going to bend like the paper does. Okay, so what we're going to have on behind these birdies. I just put my hand to the bottom of my scrap box and grabbed a few bits. Don't know that we want any colour particularly. I wonder if I want some text. That looks like a piece of ephemera. Snippet, there's all sorts in here as well, isn't there? A lot. And bits of ephemera as well. That blue's too bright. A cork might, corky. Let's just put some colours that we think might go. Right, let's put those back in the box then. Well, that's very much like the stenciling that's behind it though, isn't it? That's pretty. That's a tiny piece off I think that was an Artie May's collage piece of paper that she gave us, I think, and I like it, and it's probably the very last piece of it. Where's my dauber? There. So I think we'll have him on there. He's got some orange in it, like ready orange, like the bird, which I think, I was looking at it while I was drinking my cup of tea, I think it's a cross bill. I think that's what they're called, because his bill actually is, I should just tear that a little bit more, his bill actually is crossed. I don't know how they eat. They must use their tongue and not the beak or the bill. Yeah, so that's just filling in a bit of white background. I left a bit of the pattern on round his feet. I'm about as good with birds' claws, although these are quite big birds, as I am with the butterflies' antennae. If you're not careful, they end up without any. And unlike butterflies, which you can get away with, I find that the birds look rather silly without their feet. What I would like to do is put a little label on the bottom of there, but I'm trying not to use anything that's not on the use it up pile. So have I got anything? Well, that was on it. I wonder if we could cut a piece of that. It looks a bit like a label, doesn't it? It was in there by accident, but it was in there. Ha ha. I just want to ground the bird a little bit. Yep, I'm not gonna mess. It's becoming my motto, that. I'm just gonna put it down. So I'm just gluing it with some glue stick. I know you can't see that. Right over here. I hope you can see that. I can't really see my camera now, so I'm obviously at a different angle. So same with this, I'm just sticking a bit of glue stick on the back. Oh. Did I have that way? I think I had it that way. Yeah, I had it further over as well, but never mind. As long as that bird is. I don't have to be touching both particularly. Now he's a little bit shiny, but I'm going to go with the glue stick for him because, well, that was weird. There's a bird on the back as well, sort of cut out strange. Because the paper it's going on is very porous, I think. So this is a bird that I was, and on the back there's nearly another bird to say. I thought I'd done something bizarre. Yeah. So if I come across him again in a pile of tidying up and I haven't done anything with him, I will simply put a back on him and make him a journal card. Right, shall we use this one up here then, seeing as we've cut it up? I want a bit of something in the bottom. I think that might be a bit bulky, although it's another piece used up. Nope. Don't get daft, Denise. Right, paper. Back to paper. Got some pinky. Might look a bit like it's floral and it's plant-like. It might look a bit like it's the ground, yes. That flipping dob has run away again. It is. So not only is my desk squeaky, it's not level either, so when I put this down in certain places it rolls. So that's why, one of the reasons I'm always looking for it. I do love my desk, don't get me wrong. It's got lots of foibles, but I wouldn't be without it. I mean, I wouldn't mind a nice posh spanky new one, don't get me wrong, but I'm quite happy with this one. Done that a bit low now, I think. Still going to be in mid-air, aren't you? Definitely too low. Oh, that fly, go away. Maybe you're going to have that as well. No. Right, I definitely need some text. Let's have a look in this box, see if we've got some. I mean, the box full of junk, there must be some text in it, mustn't there? There is. A fairly old book as well. I think it might be Little Women, I might be wrong, or Good Wives, one of those. So it's got Trix. Does anybody know who Trix is? T-R-I-X? So it's got Trix in here. I still don't know about it. Do we want 3 things? Do we want a bit of doily? I don't know. Maybe the text under the doily. And then the bird. A bit clustery like. Let's do it. Oops. I'm trying to be mean and not turning my glue stick up as I use it. But it wasn't having any of it, wasn't working. Right. I'm going to dab some Fabri-Tac on this because it wrecked my glue last time. I have to preserve it until I get myself one. And I've got a lot to do with it. Looking at this pile. Is that not stuck? So, thank you for staying with me a little bit longer. We're just about done. Stick this bird down and we'll let you go. I'm definitely feeling it at the moment. I'm definitely in the mood to work my way through this junk and get it sorted, so I will be carrying on. Thank you for helping me motivate myself. Yeah, so I think when that's got a word up there, it might be nice. They might end up as journal cards actually, but we'll see. Okay, so we've got those 2 done, and we remembered the journal cards that we made. They're in the done pile. We've got this backed, so that can go in the, oops, oh, that is a tough card. They can go in the done pile. Obviously it'll want a centerpiece of some description when we use it. You have that on the top, that's quite nice, isn't it? Okay, so more glue paper in the bin. Used a couple of tiny scraps up, and I'm on to the next thing. So thanks guys, hope you enjoyed it. See you again soon. Bye bye.